Hey, popular Fortnite content creator, iFireMonkey here. If anyone sees this video, do note that I'm not tied up in anyone's basement. I am not being held captive and forced to listen to someone ramble on about the word loop and the Fortnite lore over and over and over again. But if anyone out there hears me, please get this guy like some grass to touch or like a can of pepper spray, just anything to distract him. Not so that I can, escape out of here or anything. Just give him something else to get his mind on. Of course, I'm not planning an escape. Don't worry.
Fortnite lore. Yup, it exists, and it's a bit more thorough than you might think. I know the game has a bit of a reputation on the internet, to put it lightly, but I'll be upfront and say I am an avid fan of this game. I have no shame in that. But you aren't here to watch a video of me talking about cringe culture and the internet's perception of differing interests. You are likely here because of the prospect of this game, of all games, having lore. And yes it does. I've been following the storyline of this game for years now. It has grown a lot since then, which is great. But I do worry that it makes it hard for newcomers or returning players to get into the story without feeling intimidated. So I'm here to give a basic rundown of the lore. I won't be focusing on the timeline as much as I am the key characters and concepts though. So while I am not here to map pad it up over every single exact detail that's happened over the course of the storyline, I am here to give a well-versed explanation of the most important elements of the story. But if you want to know more after you're done watching, there are good videos out there that are very comprehensive. I recommend Richeva and Teddy X's videos on the subject. Links in the description. I hope I didn't butcher their names. The 0 point. So one of the most important aspects of the storyline is the 0 point. You know, the Big Bang Theory? No, not the television show. Stay with me, guys. The idea that in the very beginning there was nothing in existence. Like, existence itself did not exist. But then a big explosion burst out of nowhere and created the universe? Yeah, well, the 0 point is that the Big Bang was an orb that instead of creating one universe, created the entire multiverse. Easy stuff, guys. You know, the quantum physics concept of there being a separate plane of existence for every possible choice or outcome. Yeah, that whole thing that Hollywood right now is milking to the ground. That thing. Like, seriously, why are there so many multiverses still? My god. Please, calm down. Put it simply, the 0 point is a big ball of space and time junk that acts as a connection to the multiverse. But I would say it's a bit more vital than that. Think of the 0 point as the beating heart of reality as we know it, the core of the multiverse. If the 0 point were to be damaged or messed with, the fabric of reality would go off the rails, and if the 0 point was ever destroyed, then the multiverse, every conceivable thing, would cease to exist. Existence would cease to exist. So take a shot in the dark as to what the main villains of Fortnite are doing. Yeah, that's right. They are messing with the 0 point. The Imagined Order. The Imagined Order are an organization that have operated for thousands of years and serve not only as the game's main antagonist, but also the driving force of most of the storyline, led by a mysterious entity known as Geno. Details about him being very few and far between, but what we do know is that he is obsessed with genetic perfection, giving himself and others immortality, and founded the organization with the goal to figure out the quote-unquote perfect organizational system for the ideal civilization. The Imagined Order kind of took control of the 0 point using their advanced technology. They used it to steal other things, people, and whatever else they want from their original dimensions, and shove them to Reality Zero, the home of the 0 point, of which a strange land formation is formed around, what most would know as the Fortnite Island. More on that later. What the Imagined Order are doing to the 0 point is not natural and incredibly dangerous. They do it all in the name of not only research, but to give themselves power. With that power, they managed to create an elaborate trap for those they have kidnapped across the multiverse. A trap hundreds, if not thousands, if not millions have entered, but very few have escaped. Sort of like one of those, Zero Box advertisements. The Loop. The Loop is a time loop. You know the fantasy concept of specific time or the same events repeating itself for eternity? Well, it's not as simple as that. Let me explain. Like I said, the Imagined Order kidnap entities from across the multiverse to put them in this loop, or sometimes to join their ranks. That not only explains all the crossovers the game has got, so many I can't name them all, but also explains the strange mix of original characters the game has. Maybe you'll have your standard human soldier, but you'll also have a Viking, Wild West bandit made of pancakes, a warrior themed around an 8-ball, an anthropomorphic banana. There are no limits except the imagination and the variety of things trapped in this loop, which is a good thing creatively, but an obviously evil thing given it's against all their wills. The loop resets every 22 minutes, and within that time frame, a looper can't speak, they can't remember who they are, not even their own name. And over the many loops of this battle royale, most of the loopers have gotten quicker in the draw in terms of resorting to violence. It becomes like instinct to hurt another soul in this world of eternal torment. The island. The Fortnite Island is not exactly an island, per se. It is a strange land formation surrounded by a little bit of ocean and the grand cosmos beyond it. The land having two sides, two islands opposite each other. It's all formed around the 0 point, just smack dab in the middle of them, underground. If you were to go out far enough in the sea surrounding the island without hitting the storm, you'll see sort of a void, space, whatever you really want to call it. If you were to jump into it, you would die. Permanently. As far as we know, there is nothing in the Fortnite reality besides the island, and an ice moon which there's not much known about yet, beyond it being near impossible to get and or survive there without special armor, and a means of transport that wouldn't get ripped apart by the dangerous winds surrounding it. The Seven. Here's where we get to the heroes of the story. The main ones, at least. The Seven are a group of specially armored people from different realities with an entire army of followers. But obviously, the main members consist of 7 people. Big shock there, I know. Their goal is to defeat the Imagined Order, liberate the 0 point from the control of Geno, and break the time loop of reality. But who are these 7 individuals? What other groups are there? How are there so many Jonesies? Well, we'll have to wait for another video. So until next time, my friends, stay lucky.